Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while, haven't it? This is DJ Mainstream, voice of the voiceless, patent pending. Welcome back to the All Elite Week with my review of Dynamite and Collision. Yes, it's been a while. There's such thing as an overload of wrestling. Um, I think I kind of paid the price with trying to do the review, then also trying to prepare for All In, and actually watching All It. It was a lot during that time, so I apologize for those who were waiting for me to do the review further. Trying to do it more consistent, and this is why we're back today. If you can hear me in the background, shout out to AEW's YouTube team for uploading like matches that like stood out over the uh, lifetime of AEW. Because right now I'm stuck watching Texas Deathmatch, Full Gear, Hangman versus Swerve, but we're not going to talk about the past. We're talking about the present. The present and the future of AEW continue during their residency this past week at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. It started off very hot. That whole situation with Gabe Kidd coming out, him and Darby and the rest of the Death Riders getting involved. I don't know what you do with Gabe Kidd. I like the fact that he's here in AEW because I'm a big Gabe Kidd fan since his match with Kenny Omega. But I don't know how I feel. I really wanted Gabe Kidd. Once everything was done with Forbidden Door, he'd go back. I had him slotted going after. I'm not going after, but defending his New Japan Strong Championship and settling whatever is going on with the Bullet Club over there. But he's here, part of the Death Rider storyline, sure. But a great way to get kind of excommunicated out of it for the night by getting dragged by Darby Allin finds creative new ways to be very violent every week on AEW television. It's unprecedented, the stuff that he comes up with. But the body bag getting driven out in a truck that Darby's driving, yeah, we're just getting sick now. Next up, we got our first match at night, which was Mercedes Moné versus Alex Windsor. Sorry, I had to do it. Alex Windsor for the TBS Championship. I said this in, I think, my other Elite review. I may have said this in other videos discussing AEW, either myself or alongside my co-host King Leak and Blackout the Rebel. Alex Windsor is a standout in this new era of AEW's women's division and how they're culminating it with the Megan Baines of the world, Penelope Ford, the originals with Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander. Just the way she still stands out as being this very hard-hitting superstar. I loved everything she gave Mercedes. Of course, Mercedes winning. I kind of expected that. Riho coming out was really dope. That match being official for All Out. Man, they had to call in the National Guard when they heard WrestlePalooza was happening. It was like, nah, get Riho with the pipe, bro. It was good to see Riho again, first ever AEW Women's World Champion. I love how we are going to position the OGs of the women, because I expect after Riho, if Riho doesn't win, which I would love for her to win the TBS Championship at All Out, because that would break the internet. I'm calling for it. But if it isn't Riho, I wouldn't mind seeing her and Toni Storm run it back for, I don't know. Well, we'll get to there with my dream booking. Further along, we get conversations with Hook and the rest of the ops. I don't know where that leads to. I like what I see from Hook being, the solo star for now. We do see him get that eye-to-eye shared look with Moxley. I don't know what happens there either. It's so weird because the Death Riders bringing in a Hook and Statlander, if that's what it leads to, does make for some interesting television as we're building Death Riders 2.0, because I do eventually see Marina Shafir and Yuta being phased out. How, I don't know how we get there, but I do see it happening. We also get a promo from Ricochet and the GOA. I love this pairing of Gates of Agony. Keep the Gates of Agony. Toga Leona, which has a crazy backstory how he got to AEW. I should definitely look that up. and Bishop Cohen, my lemon pepper brother. Shout out to Bishop Cohen. I love keeping them on TV. They're great with Ricochet. I've called for it from before. We need to get belts on these gentlemen. I would love to see them getting in the trios championship realm as well, especially after them calling out the Hurt Syndicate and agreeing. That means yes, at All Out, we're also getting Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP in the ring against Ricochet and GOA, which will lead also to a banger of a match being announced of Shelton Benjamin versus Ricochet. Man, we cooking now. But further in the show, Mark Briscoe beats Lance Archer. I love seeing anytime Lance Archer getting main roster minutes. Not saying I don't love seeing him on Ring of Honor, but seeing him on Dynamite was great to see. Great match with him and Mark Briscoe. That also then eventually leads into Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron. I love Harley Cameron, man. Y'all all know I'm a big Harley Cameron fan. Um, what we're doing here, I guess, with her and Stat, while keeping Willow separate, while Willow's also close with Queen Aminata. Whatever they're doing, because I know eventually these two are going to clash as far as Willow Stat goes. But if this leads to the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship, then please, please. If we're waiting for certain women to come back, I think we got a good amount back now. I will say selfishly, if we're holding out, we're also then waiting for a certain person to become a free agent for Mercedes to also get in this tag team tournament. I'm just going to leave it there. We eventually get the tag team championship of the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and Willa Yuta, facing our new tag team champions, Brodito of Bandito and Brody King. Yo, can you please tell me, if you're watching this, look up Bandito and Brody King's work rate over the past year and a half in AEW. I know Bandito was injured for a while, but still, like, I feel like I see them more on my TV before they were champions, and now they are champions. It's going to be double. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but damn, like, they put work in. So shout out to Brody King and shout out to Bandito for what they're doing. Great match. Get all the normal Death Riders shenanigans that go forward, and eventually the proper champions win. The proper people win as far as the tag team champions. I don't know where Brodito goes as far as at All Out. I don't mind seeing them face maybe a random tag team at All Out. Who exactly, I'm not sure. But yeah, keep Brodito on my TV. I like everything I'm seeing from them. Somehow we got a backstage interview of Okada being asked. Renee likes to stir the pot, man. I didn't expect Okada to be just blindly asked about. Like, I get it, yeah. The Takeshita Okada dynamic that happened on our TV screens the week before was very interesting because for me it's building towards Konosuke eventually turning face. But I expect the Callis to be involved here, doing his usual spiel of, oh, there's nothing to worry about. But I guess because he's so enthralled being in up Cal Fletcher's ass right now, and he has no time to be bothered by what's going on the back lines, which is also the front lines if you think about Takeshita and Okada's positioning in the Don Callis family. But I digress. But to basically call him a pup in this whole thing here, even leading to what happens on Collision, yeah, Takeshi's babyface run is going to hit like fucking McDonald's spray, like, no lie, because you see it's building, and I like what they're doing with it. Of course, we led to FTR, Adam Copeland, Christian Cage all brawling out, which also eventually led to Adam Priest's big breakout. Shout out to DPW. The DPW boys, man, they putting on for wrestling, man, on the indie scene. But Adam Priest getting involved there, which also eventually led to a Collision match to be announced because FTR did their backstage thing, which Stokely, who gets no hoes, had his conversation. towards FTR. I'm sorry, towards Christian Cage and Adam Copeland about how All Out was going to go. Great stuff between all four gentlemen, especially now when you read back Christian Cage's recent interview. I forgot with who. I'm probably going to put it somewhere in the story or description of this video. That he's saying that this is his best work at 51 years old, and honestly, I believe it. I've loved Christian. I remember when Christian debuted in ECW after his TNA run, and I loved him then. I was hyped to see him back in WWE. See him now, the father gimmick, the everything he's doing, to now not changing his character for the sake of being a novelty act alongside Adam Copeland's AEW character. I love it. I love it. There's nothing to change. So I do eventually hope we get a Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, AEW World Tag Team Championship run. But the slow build to taking care of each other's ops per se, I love it. Let's continue to do that. And eventually ends to 8-man All-Star Tag Team match between the Don Callis family, Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and Jet Speed. I honestly love my 8-man All-Star Tag Team matches. And all those who hate it can kiss my ass because I enjoy the more stars, the more people in that roster that can be on the TV screen for me, the better, especially Jet Speed, who went from battling John Moxley for weeks to now rubbing elbows with the two world champions, world-class talent in Hangman and Omega. Yes, please. Like, more of that. Because that also leads into the fact that Speedball and Kenny Speedball and Kevin Knight are your eventual faces of the future of AEW, and why not have them positioned right next to the world champions? Which led to the loss, them losing. I'm just very shocked on how we're positioning Don Callis family, because I wanted Kyle Fletcher to continue going on his rant of how he wanted to be the greatest TNT champion, and that means defending the belt. And granted, yes, what he did at Forbidden Door was great, and everything leading up to now has been great. But I didn't expect him to get a world title shot. I didn't see it coming. Great promo with him and Josh Alexander on Collision as well, but which leads to Josh Alexander. Now we're going into Collision. Josh Alexander will face Hangman Adam Page on this upcoming week's Dynamite. Yeah, I didn't see it happening this way, but cool. Kyle Fletcher and Hangman is going to bang, because Kyle Fletcher's been putting on bangers for the past, 6 months now? A year for those who watch, like me, a loyal subscriber to Ring of Honor Club. So that also led to the opening of Collision being Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia, which I don't know what we're doing with Daniel Garcia, man. Buffalo Kids forever, yo. But damn, another loss? He cuts a promo after saying he's sick of this shit, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit for him. I don't know, man. I expect that if we're going to eventually do a Daniel Garcia heel turn and him joining the Death Riders, which I feel like is eventually leading to, that means Matt Menard is going to go out a bloody mess. I'm not looking forward to that because I love Matt Menard, Daddy Magic forever. I don't know, man. It hurts my heart. Which eventually lead out to Big Bill being interviewed alongside Brian Keith, calling out Eddie Kingston. Did I expect him to do a big comeback and we get to pop and cheer? Cool. But again, with everything going on with the other side, being WWE and WrestlePalooza, I think I put a tweet up that's saying that Tony Khan was looking down the roster and it's like, oh, he's healed? Oh, what's the timeline on him being back? Okay, cool. Let's bring everybody. Let's get everybody. Let's use the roster. Because Eddie Kingston being healed, I follow him on Threads. I also follow him on Instagram. I follow Cesar Bononi, who was also helping him with his time training since his surgery. Like, Eddie Kingston is giving me old man Logan vibes right now. I don't expect him to come back. Like, maybe end of this year. I actually said World's End, where he ends the world of somebody, which I would love it to be Okada. and Okada losing the AEW Unified Championship to him and the redemption story. But that's neither here nor there. That's just in my mind. I love the idea of what it became Big Bill calling out Eddie Kingston because it gives Big Bill a direction. Big Bill is going to continuously go beat up somebody going up, leading up to this. But there's a possibility of Eddie Kingston coming back because there's no reason you will enact the name of the These Nuts God if you're not expecting him to come back and give somebody this work. That eventually leads to FTR against Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington, and Adam Priest. Again, love seeing Adam Priest. But I put on Twitter, give the tag team name the Bulldogs, regardless of somebody else pointing out a very a very dated tag team of Kid Cash and Jamie Noble from back in the day. I think the Bulldogs, Adam Priest and Tommy Billington, Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington fits them. Just adds to Tony Khan's extremely high percentage of putting random tag teams together and they fucking working. I love everything of the dynamic between them. I love FTR giving them a match, not this being a squash match. It's building the future of the tag team division. It was a great match. I loved it. FTR winning here, which was expected, but yeah, give me more Adam Priest and Billington, please. Maybe I don't know. Put them some. I don't know. Just give them some more action because I think they're a good tag team. This eventually led to a promo of the Outrunners getting back to basics and running into Dalton Castle. Again, this is Tony Khan open up the toy box and I'm like, oh, you're good. You're healed. Let's bring you back. Dalton Castle and Outrunners being a team together is not what I expected on my bingo card in 2025. But here we are, and I want it, and I need it. And yes, add to the trios and the six-man ROH six-man tag team division, please. Peacock Power. John Moxley eventually gets his conversation out about what he wants with the whole Darby Allin situation. We eventually get announced that it's going to be a coffin match with John Moxley. And I have my eyes closed because Darby, man, I don't know what to say about Darby Allin. He's just a glutton for punishment, and this coffin match is going to be violent. I pray for Darby Allin, man, because he's just having so much fun. But I just want him to do it safely, and I don't want to constantly have to chant, please don't die in all his matches. Yeah. This eventually leads to the main event of the eight-woman all-star tag match. Which before we even get there, I want to throw in the fact that there was a promo between Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn getting rid of Card Blade, which rest in peace, Card Blade, and also his brother, his Cardboard as well. I love the AEW production team playing around and having an Ace Austin promo before that. Yes, Ace Austin fits in the Bang Bang Gang. Yes, I would love to see Austin Gunn and Ace Austin. Oh shit, a pair of aces. And whatever. Austin Gunn, Ace Austin. I would love seeing this team together because it just works. And it gives Ace Austin more time on TV. I love them as in a trio. I would love to see them as a tag. All of it, yes, it works. Because I want Jay White to claim his glory as the future AEW World Champion because this is a hill I'm willing to die on. That Jay White, within the next 2 years, will be a future AEW Men's World Champion. The A-Star Women's Tag match happens. It was a great match. I loved everything from what I've seen. This is your women's division. Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron, Megan Bayne, and Triangle of Madness. It eventually leads to everybody and their mama still coming out to get involved in this women's match. Sans, Anna Jay, and Ty Mello, which eventually just Toni Storm said, I came to fight everybody. And I love that about Toni Storm. I'm not going to shy away or be that type of champion. Everybody wants to see me. Y'all want what I have. She made it very clear during her promos with Mercedes. Mercedes had like 7-8 belts, but you want this one. And for Toni, that's all she needs, that one. So everybody challenging for it makes sense, which eventually leads to the announcement of a fatal four-way of Statlander, Tony Storm, Tekla, and the person who came out in the middle of that match first, which was Jamie Hayter. I think this is great. I don't know who's going to win. I'm going to do give me some time to cook for that. I'll do a pre-show first, and I'll give my predictions. Again, the aforementioned Kyle Fletcher, walking weapon, Josh Alexander promo with Don Callis. Fletcher getting a world title match. Okay, I guess I'll see it because it's going to be a great match. Kyle O'Reilly trying to be the middle ground between the conglomeration and the Paragon is great, but I hope it doesn't lead to a separation of Paragon. I would hope the Paragons will continue while Adam Cole is going. But again, as long as it gets to see Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly on TV and they're not like removed off of TV because Adam Cole is not there, is great for me. Jerry Lynn being the voice of reason in the 2300 arena to Anthony Bowens was a great touch. I like that. As far as that goes, I do eventually see a possibility of maybe just putting the Acclaim back together. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, man. Which eventually led to Konosuke Takeshita beating Mark Briscoe with the help of MJF. MJF doing his best Christian Cage and Hangman Adam Page, that rhymes, impression by hiding from the ref, which eventually led into MJF wanting to beat down Mark Briscoe, which eventually led to Takeshita feeling a type of way about it. Yes, give me Takeshita versus MJF. I'm here for that. But again, this is going to lead to Takeshita's big babyface run. We've all seen the tweets, the conversations, the chatter. Kenny Omega is serving as not only one of the best ambassadors of AEW, but a founder, obviously, alongside the Bucks and Cody Rhodes. The more he takes his time to heal, to be good for the big matches that are for the double or nothings, the full gears, the more you start seeing that this roster needs to start going through a transition. Okada being the snobbish heel as long as he wants to be, he's Okada. He's a legend. He should do that. But seeing Takeshita eventually being that babyface and going on this run, I love it. I love it. That eventual Takeshita Omega tag team run is going to be great. That Takeshita Ibushi tag team run is going to be great. Just give me all of it. But for everybody who's tuning in and watching Bell to Bell podcast, we just finished season 1. I inquire you to please visit our Instagram, Bell2, the number 2 Bell pod, and go to our Instagram link, the bio, to buy me a coffee, the Venmo. It helps this show. It helps the podcast overall. It helps us continue doing to all Elite Weeks, where Black Health Rebels also doing LFG and Evolve, where we can have moments where me and Leek and Yano, shout out to Swiss TV, can go out and do events and stuff like that to give y'all more content. Follow our Twitch channel now that we'll be doing streams. I may stream Dynamite, but I'm definitely going to try my best to stream the craziness that is WrestlePalooza and AEW All Out. Funding would be great for that. But please visit the Instagram bio, the Buy Me a Coffee, the Venmo. Please donate to the show. That would be great because it helps to further this along. Make sure you cop Black Out the Rebels book that's on Amazon now. He is doing a book signing. Please link to our Instagram. You'll see the announcement of where and where. I will share the video because he had already announced it. But for all that, this is DJ Mainstream, Voice of the Voiceless, and this has been All Elite Week.